Hello, ladies, gentlemen, boys, girls, innies, outies, in-betweeners. It's me, Dan, and welcome back to another PAP Reports, The Bad Bits. It is, of course, Tuesday, September 22nd. PC Lee Tatton. Now, we spoke about this shitbag on the 31st of July and on the 2nd, 3rd and 4th of September. If you don't remember his name, he was one of the faces on the Fly on the Wall documentary Cops UK body cam squad.
PC Lee Tatton, Response Officer, Hanley. Up to a report of 5 bullets in the road. Bullets is a new one for us. Just wandering round the road. I think the road I'm thinking of is quite narrow and windy, so last thing you want to be doing is going head to head with a bullet.
PC Lee Tatton, for all the fame and recognition he received as being one of the police's face of TV propaganda, was in fact a dirty cunt pedo. Back in July, 54-year-old Tatton was charged with attempted sexual communication with a child and making indecent images of a child, but was kept on suspension and was receiving pay whilst waiting to go to court. A decision the force received a backlash from the public over. At Birmingham Crown Court at the beginning of September, Tatton pleaded guilty to attempting to engage in sexual communications with a child and 4 counts of making an indecent photograph or pseudo-photograph of a child. In a statement made at the time, Assistant Chief Constable Scott Green said, "Tatton's actions are unacceptable and have caused harm and distress to the very people we should be protecting and keeping safe. His actions fell well below the high standards that the public and the force demands and expects of police officers." Tatton remained on suspension subject to an internal force hearing and was listed to be sentenced on November the 2nd. Now, although he is yet to be sentenced, a special case misconduct hearing has now been held. The official police statement reads as follows. A Staffordshire police officer has been dismissed for gross misconduct, discreditable conduct, having admitted attempting to communicate sexually with a child and making indecent photographs, pseudo-photographs of children. Police Constable Lee Tatton, 54, pleaded guilty to attempting to engage in sexual communications with a child and 4 counts of making an indecent photograph, pseudo-photograph of a child at Birmingham Crown Court on the 1st of September. Tatton, who was based in the Force's Northern Resolution Centre, was arrested on the 10th of December 2019 by the Force's Operations SafeNet team and was immediately suspended. A special case hearing chaired by Chief Constable Gareth Morgan held on Monday the 21st of September concluded that Tatton's actions amounted to gross misconduct and he was dismissed without notice. Tatton did not attend the hearing and was dismissed in his absence. Chief Constable Gareth Morgan said officers swear an oath to serve the people of Staffordshire with fairness, integrity, diligence and impartiality, and the overwhelming majority of officers and staff are loyal to that promise. Lee Tatton has fallen far short of the high standards expected by the public and the force, and his discreditable conduct has led to his dismissal. Well, let's hope Tatton's behaviour is looked at as seriously as it is by the judge on the day, and instead of taking into account the years of service, they should be taking into account the severity of the crime committed by a police constable, and have not only the book thrown at him, but a rope wrapped around a cunt's neck too. In PAP Reports, or the bad bits, on the 3rd of September, one of my only reports that carry a trigger warning, we spoke about PC Darren Bond from Avon and Somerset Police. Bond was dismissed after a special case misconduct hearing after admitting at Gloucester Crown Court on the 10th of August to 8 offences relating to possessing, making and distributing indecent images of children through online chat platforms and posing as a 14-year-old girl in chat rooms. 46-year-old Bond, who was suspended in November 2017, was arrested following information received by another law enforcement agency and was found to have accessed the images, some of them which were Category A images, the most serious. Yesterday, however, Bond faced Judge Ian Laurie QC, who heard that PC Bond had served as a police constable for 16 years, part of that time with the Metropolitan Police. He was suspended in November 2017 when the Avon and Somerset Constabulary was told by the National Crime Agency about illegal internet activity associated with Bond's IP address at his home in Bishopstone in Bristol and sent the force's child abuse team. Prosecutor Ray Tully told the court, Bond was posting indecent material on a number of social media websites. He started with a Kik account, but when this was closed down by the American authorities, he started using another account with a different organisation on the dark web. The use of such a website is a regular feature of those who decide to view this material. The force had difficulty rousing him when they went to arrest him, as he lived at the top of the building. But when they entered the property, they found a number of electronic devices which had programs on them to disguise the IP address. Experts also found that Bond had installed encrypted software enabling him to view specialist websites. The investigators discovered a number of indecent images of children and some 500 images that couldn't be examined. Bond had also visited a Russian website containing indecent images. Bond's offending covers about a year that ended in November 2017 when he was arrested. The court was told that Bond had made a 250-page statement to the police in which he said that the offending began when his marriage broke down and he suffered from a number of life events which left him feeling isolated. Of course, Judge Ian Laurie QC interjected. Bond has given a rather lavish explanation of adopting a vigilante role. The statement does not stand up to scrutiny, a contrived effort in what he was trying to cover up. One of the young victims is heard to say in one of the videos, "It hurts." Bond is still in denial of his offending and has, in reality, he has not recognised the barbarity. Fuck off. Bond is still in denial of his offending and has, in reality, he has not recognised the barbarity of his actions, as he only pleaded guilty at the last opportunity, just before a trial. Michael Hall, defending Bond, said this is a fairly unremarkable case, as the numbers are relatively small. We're only dealing with 39 images, 36 of which were Category C, the least offensive, and he only distributed 9 images. Only dealing with 39 images. It doesn't fucking matter if they were the least offensive or not, you cretinous cunt. They're illegal for a fucking reason. Hall continued. Bond was only caught when the program disguised in his IP address slowed down his computer, so he decided to remove it and use his own IP address, which came to the attention of the National Crime Agency. Bond has made significant progress since he admitted his guilt in August this year. Judge Laurie interjected again and said the pre-sentence report suggests that Bond is back where he was a year ago, in denial. He states he has no sexual interest in the images. He is in a profound state of denial, but surely being a policeman seconded to CID, he should be able to grasp this. Mr. Hall added Bond's offending began by a misplaced professional curiosity. He got perverse pleasure impersonating a 14-year-old girl. Mr. Hall emphasised that the central question was Bond's rehabilitation in the community. He said the risk of him offending is very low, considering the history of this case over the past 3 years. He has suffered greatly. He has faced public ridicule, he has been ostracised by the community, he is fearful about being sent to prison and what might happen to him because he was a former police officer. Low risk of reoffending. When he is in denial? Don't fucking think so. Suffered greatly. Good. Not enough as far as I'm concerned. Ostracised by the community. Should have been strung up by the fucking community. Fearful about being sent to prison and what might happen to him because he was a former police officer. I'm sure I don't need to respond to that statement, but I will anyway, as it's my channel and I'll do what I want. If you can't do the time, don't do the crime. It's all your own fault. It's no less than the cretinous cunt deserves. If I've missed anything, please do let me know in the comments. In sentencing Bond, Judge Laurie said you pleaded guilty effectively on the day of your trial in August for images found on your devices downloaded between August 24th and 27th. In August 2017, your unlawful activity came to the attention of the authorities in America, who informed the National Crime Agency. There were images of naked girls between 8 and 11 being raped by an adult male. You refused to help your fellow officers with their investigation because you knew they would find incriminating material on your devices. For a period of a year, you disguised your internet browsing history and installed software to hinder any investigation. You made the claim that the police were not doing their job and effectively took on the role to investigate yourself. The 250-page statement you submitted at interview was a bogus document. You appear to still be in denial. Your deception involved you storing images on the cloud. You had a particular interest in young girls aged 11 to 14, but many as young as 8 years old. Some of the children expressed pain and distress in the videos. You used your knowledge of being a police officer to try and avoid detection. You are a police officer, even off duty. You were even praised by the Royal Life Saving Society for your efforts of wading into the sea in Weston-super-Mare to help save the lives of a woman and her partner. This case crosses the custody threshold. I do not accept that you didn't have a sexual interest in the images because of the search criteria. Your offending is a breach of the public's trust. Judge Laurie sentenced Bond to 2 years and 8 months, 16 months in jail, albeit not suspended. The judge also subjected Bond to sign in the sex offenders register for 10 years and comply with the terms of a sexual harm prevention order limiting his use of the internet for the same time period. He was also ordered to pay a victim surcharge of £120. Bond will also be placed on the National College of Policing's barred list. Now, it's nice to see a prison sentence, although not long enough if you ask me. Remember, there will likely be no report tomorrow as I'm getting a new tattoo, but you will be fully updated on any news on Thursday. Big thank you to every single one of the channel supporters, especially our Patreon supporters. Your support, of course, is truly appreciated and goes a long way to help. And that's it for today's Too Much for YouTube. Please like, please share, please comment and please subscribe. Let me know your thoughts, as I know many of you will. And until next time, stay safe, look after each other, film the police, and of course, other officials.
Good night, all.
Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. If you like the content and you'd like to help support the channel, you can do so. In the description of every video, there are some links to ways that you're able to help support the channel so I can continue putting out content. If you're unable to help us in that way, hit that subscribe button up the top there. If you haven't already, become a subscriber. That is support enough. Share the videos, comment, like, it all helps. If you're looking for something else to watch, up top there is my latest video. Down the bottom there is a video that YouTube recommends for you.